Okay, cool. I think I'm live everywhere. I think I'm live in Beckett, Massachusetts, and I think I'm live on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. My name is Crispina French, and I am a textile recycling advocate for environmental issues as well as all the human rights involved with textile production and so forth. So every Friday, actually, this is my first Friday live at 11 in a while. So every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is where I am in Massachusetts, I will be here talking about something cool that has to do with recycling textiles. And if you are interested in learning about the upcoming fun things that we'll be discussing, you can hop on my email list and or just follow along on the social media channel that you're on right now. I'm going to put my website in the comments just now, and I have to say that Crispina.eco is my website, and that'll come up for everybody on the on the YouTube and Facebook. If you're on Instagram right now, I'll pop it in the comments when I get done. So let me know, are you guys, where are you tuning in from? Did you celebrate Thanksgiving yesterday? I know there's kind of like a controversial way of looking at Thanksgiving with having it be celebrated on the historical date of a giant massacre of our indigenous people here in the United States. And man, white people are messed up sometimes. So we celebrate Thanksgiving in my family and friends circle with just sharing a lot of food. We celebrate with lots of food and also with lots of love and connection to each other, not just family members. We're kind of a band of misfits, and we had just a really lovely gathering of 30 fully vaccinated and boosted people yesterday, so that was lovely. And somebody's tuning in from Estonia. Hello, thank you for being here. Yeah, pop a comment up. Where are you guys tuning in from? What are your thoughts about Thanksgiving, and how do you choose to honor your closest people in your life? I'd love to know. Anyway, today I'm gonna, while you guys are getting out, wave, give me a high five, let me know that you're out there. And sometimes my camera does a really weird thing, which I think it just did. Got all blurry, but hopefully we'll keep that to a minimum. It happens if I move too quickly, I think. I want to tell you about a project I've been working on it's been a year actually. And now that I have the system smoothed out, I'm hoping to have them happen more frequently, but it's called a stitch along. And the way that it works is I I actually started thinking about this during the start of the pandemic, where I had a group of women I was sewing with online, people who were in my Scrapbox challenge, and we had this shared space on Zoom, and it was so nice to have that during those first really worrisome weeks. And when our little program was starting to wind down, there was this need to continue that connection because people were feeling so isolated and alone and frightened. So I came up with this idea where I was like, okay, I could sell little kits and teach people how to do a new technique that they might not know, and then have all those people make a little sample using these techniques and send them back to me. So you make the sample from the kit, you have this new skill set, and I have all these squares that come back to me that are made out of recycled materials, that are kind of learning squares from people all across the world. And I will compile these into one beautiful blanket. And then we can sell it or somehow support an organization that supports survivors of domestic violence with the blanket. So the first one we did, we auctioned the blanket, and it was a different motif. It was like hearts, and there was 32 people who participated in that. And the classes went on for a couple of weeks, and there was a lot of kind of interactive connectivity with the follow-up, with the blanket making, and just keeping people on top of how that was coming about. And then when we launched the auction, we had it right on my website. And the thing that my dear friend Phyllis brought to mind was that when you have an auction, you are able to support an organization with the sale price. 100% of the proceeds of the blanket was earmarked for my local shelter in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. That's called the Elizabeth Freeman Center. So only wealthy people or people who have a lot of disposable income could bid on a blanket that was selling for $600 or $800. And how could we make it more accessible to people who maybe would have an extra 20 bucks to help an organization? And so that's why this one has been like this ongoing year-long odyssey of a project, in that we had earmarked an organization in White Plains, New York called My Sister's Place. And I will put a link to their donation page, which I'm going to tell you all about in the comments. But so we needed to like prove to them that we were actually doing this thing that was beneficial, that was going to be worth the input of a little bit of their staffing time to develop a page where people could actually go right to their website. I don't handle any of the money. All the donations are tracked for anyone who doesn't want. I mean, if you make an anonymous donation, of course, we're not going to track you, but um, on a special page, not just their regular donation site, but the page that's correlated with the Stitch-Along blanket, every donation of $20 puts your name on a list to be the person who's chosen at random to take the blanket that we made with 36 women from all across the world, which is right here. I'm going to show this to you out in just a minute. So my goal, the first Stitch Along, we were able to raise exactly $1,000. There was a donor who brought the donation from all the collective group of people who participated up to the even thousand. So she came up with just a little bit over $100. We raised over $800 with this auction of the blanket. And this time we are offering it so that every $20 donation gets your name on the list. And my hope, and I think we can do this, and I think it's going to be not that hard to do, because this blanket you will see in one moment is breathtaking. If we could get 125 people to give $20, we would be able to donate $2,500 to My Sister's Place that is located in White Plains, New York, that support in so many amazing ways survivors of domestic violence. So you can get your name on the list. One person will be chosen a week from right now. So the next week, live at 11, Friday, we'll be choosing that person at random. We're going to pick a number between 1 and however many donations we have on our list. And somebody's going to take this blanket home. So let me just show you what happened. So I'm going to show you close up first. Each square is made by someone who participated in the course that I offered. So they bought a kit, they paid me for the project, and then 100% of the people who participated sent me a square to include in the blanket, which is amazing. The average number of people, the average number of people who finish an online course is 13%. And so far, both Stitch-Alongs, 100% participation. It makes me so happy. So here's the blanket. Are you guys ready? I hope if there was a drum roll, I would be giving it to you right now. So here it is, and it's full glory. It's a little hard for me to show you with this format, but I think we can do it. It's bigger. It's like a 63-inch square, so it's a beautiful size for the top of a queen size bed or a double bed. It's made from pretty much wool. There is a little of a cotton bark cloth on the back. This is the back side. So you can see the border is made out of this vintage bark cloth that someone donated to me. It is just amazing. Like, I think the back is equally as awesome as the front, actually. And if you notice, there's a little kind of pink or orange square kind of centered on the back of each of the embroidered squares that are shown in their full glory over here. And those pink and orange squares over here on the back have the name and location of each of the makers. So this piece is going to go down in history as being this beautiful collaboration of amazing, creative, maybe they didn't even know they were embroidery artists until they started working on this project. And they're all documented. And let's talk about Thanksgiving. I just feel so much gratitude and thanks for each of the participants, and to as a group, the beneficiary was chosen. So the my sister's place in White Plains, New York, was chosen by one of the people who participated in the making of the blanket, had been a board member for them, and so we pursued um, supporting them with the blanket. Does anybody have any questions? And oh, thank you. Somebody, Sinkavanka loves the idea and the results. So thank you so much. If anybody, does anybody have any questions about how this works? There's two things that I would like to ask. I would like to ask anybody who is watching now as live or as a recording, go and make a donation. $20 will put your name on the list to be one of, some lucky donor from that list will be chosen to take the blanket home. And the other thing is, if you're looking for more of a hands-on participation, please sign up for the next stitch along. It will be coming along. I'm thinking about, actually, maybe you guys can help me with this. I'm thinking about offering it now, so you could buy into it in the next, couple weeks. And then I'm thinking about having it start, like having the making part start after the new year. And that way, if you wanted to gift it to somebody as like maybe your sister lives across the country, or you have a kid who's off at college, and it's not a huge time commitment. There's 4 like hour-long classes that I teach along with the kit, or that's how it has been in the past. It's always a little different. The motifs are always really different. Like the first one I said earlier was all like hearts and more. This one's all leaves. This one's got, each one has, we go through all the different stitches. So it's really like step by step. So I thought that might be kind of a fun way to do it. And I also think that right now, I don't know if you are like me and you just tend to get extra busy this time of year, kind of right now between in the United States, our Thanksgiving holiday until really the end of the year. I am pretty consumed with work I've already got laid out. So I think it might be kind of fun to do something together once the kind of exhale comes right after the new year. Does that sound like it would work well for timing? Let me know in the comments. And let me know if you have any questions about how it works. Like the other thing I do is I have a scholarship fund. So if you want to participate and it's not a financial, it's a stretch for you to make that work financially, you can apply for a scholarship. And if you have an extra $20 after you've made the donation over to the My Sister's Place fund for getting on the list to take that blanket home, you can donate to my scholarship fund, which is listed in the shop on my site. So I'm going to type a couple of URLs in the comments here. Let me see what is going on. I wonder if I'm missing any comments. I can't see comments on my screen for some reason. Anyway, I guess that I'll get to them later if they're coming in and I'm not able to see them. So, okay, I'm going to put in the place to donate for. Let me see. I can just pick a link from here. I'm going to put a link in here for where you donate if you want to get on that list to take it home, take the blanket. And that's, so My Sister's Place, that's our beneficiary to for this blanket, for this fundraiser that we're doing, is located in White Plains, New York. And of course, they're a shelter for domestic violence survivors. And they have a regular donation page, but if you want to get on the list for this to win this blanket, you have to donate through our specific donation page. So I put a comment up in the comments on YouTube and also on Facebook, and I will actually type it in just as soon as I can on the Instagram feed. So if anybody's watching on Instagram and you want that info right now, the URL to make your donation is www.msp, my sister's place, New York, NY. So mspny.org, and then /stitch hyphen the letter A, hyphen long, and that will get you to the donation page. And if you make a donation for $40, you get your name on there twice. You know, do $100 if you can. Get your name on there 5 times. If you want to donate in someone's name, if you want to, like, you know, have them be the recipient of the blanket if they're chosen, you can do that. There's a spot to put in someone's name on their donation page, so you can do that. And if you want to, you know, get all your family members or your kids or your sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, friends, whatever, you can go in there and really personalize it to who you'd like. So I'm going to go through. Kim, you look lovely this morning. I'm like, really? Thank you. I'm going to just take the compliment and roll with it. If one signs up for the Stitch Along, how do you connect with the participants to give them their lessons? This is so inspiring. That's a great question. We do it all on Zoom. Everything's on Zoom. So, and if you can't make the live sessions when the classes are taught, they're recorded, they're sent out to you on an email. There's actually like a tiny little website that we set up so you can access the recordings. Even if you have watched them live and you're not sure how that stitch went, like, you can go back and watch a rerun of that. And it's really the people who participate. I mean, there's people who have built friendships in the Stitch Along classes because it's just such a cool, lovely, lovely connection. All these kind of little hidden secondary benefits came out of this project that continue. So every day I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just such another cool thing about the Stitch Along. So yeah, and then the way I set up the kits is that there's a couple of different options. When this is a learning curve for me. So like the first time you just bought a kit and it was, you know, you get everything you need for one square. The only thing you need to have is like a nice sharp pair of scissors, really a thread snipper, because everything's already cut for you. And then the second time I thought, you know, there was a lot of people in the first group that were like, oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. And I loved what I made. And it was so nice to gift that, but I kind of wish I had one for myself. So then I sold kits where you could have enough material to make 2 squares and, you know, have one to keep and one to gift. So this time I think I'll continue that idea because I think that was well received and a lot of people got the kits with the 2 squares. So we'll do that. So I want to win it so I can donate it to my local women's shelter fundraiser. That is awesome. I mean, like, can we start recycling, upcycling? Like, I love that. Black Caps Farm. I don't know. Where are you located, Black Caps Farm? We need to be friends because that is super cool. Like, we could write a book about the blanket of the women's shelter, right? Like, we could just have it go from one to the next and see how much money, like, we could raise millions of dollars with all one blanket. What a great idea. So yeah, so does anybody have any questions about this awesome fundraiser we're doing? It's called Stitch Along with Crispina. My name is Crispina French and I am a stitcher. And this blanket, this is the back of the blanket. Each participant in this amazing collaborative project was able to put their name and location on these little colorful squares that you see. Those are labels that have everybody's name and location on them. And then the front of the blanket is richly embroidered with like layers of leaves, and there are beads and little sparkly bits. It's all natural fiber material, all cut from recycled wool, predominantly wool. There's some silk velvets and some 100% cotton, like little quilting things that, or, you know, there was a men's dress shirt that I cut up for this one. Some upholstery fabric scraps. So there's all different textures. It's just gorgeous. And even though each square started out as a kit that people purchased from me online, every single square has got its own, like, individual, the touch of the maker. There's a lot of creativity left up to the individual stitchers as this project comes together. So that's, another one of those things is like you can just take the process, make it yours. When you're finished with the stitch along, you have the knowledge to make your own blanket and create something equally as beautiful, one square at a time. So you can, it's easy. You can hold it right in your lap. Not a lot of, um, you know, large pieces to maneuver as you're going. And once you get all your little squares compiled, then you can put those all together into a blanket. So awesome. So Wisconsin is tuning in today. That's awesome. Who else? Who else is out there? Who else is with me today? Where are you guys from? Are you enjoying a beautiful long holiday weekend here in the US, or are you from other parts of the world? And the stitch along, we had two Canadians. We had I think we had someone from the UK, and I think that was our farthest flung stitcher. So yeah, let me know, where are you tuning in from? How did you find your way here? Are you someone who's been following me for a long time? Did you get that weird little pop-up that says, hey, there's a live thing going on over here, you should go check it out? Anyway, whether you're listening to this live or as a recording, I sure hope that you're having a great day and that you're able to enjoy this holiday season. I think it brings a lot of stress for some people, so don't let that be you if you can help it. I'm here to help you with that if I can. And hey, Sarah Stewart, thanks for being here from New Hampshire. Thanks so much to everyone. And if you do run across any West Virginia, woven by Kim. And yeah, this is awesome, you guys. I am so excited to have amazing response. Just this project just came like out of the blue. I didn't really think about it too much. I just like did it, which I think sometimes tend to be the best projects. So stitch along with Crispina. I'm going to go in after I'm done and I'm going to pin the links that you're going to need to donate to My Sister's Place. It goes directly to them. 100% of the donations support My Sister's Place in White Plains, New York. And here's the blanket that one lucky donor will be taking home. It's about a 63-inch square, so bigger actually. I have to measure it because yeah, I think it's more like even, like say it's probably nearly 70 inches square, which is really nice on the top of a queen size bed or a double bed. You could put it on the top of a king size bed too, but you'll have like a little width on either side. But just a throw. I mean, the other thing that I would not be at all surprised about is if this winds up as a wall piece, because it's just, I mean, every time I look at it, I just, the handwork and the time that people took in each one of the squares, each collaborator made a square, is amazing, mind-blowing. So yeah, donate to possibly take that home. We're not supposed to say win because that sounds like a raffle, and sometimes raffles aren't legal in all states, so you're not going to win it, but you might take it home. And if you donate, every increment of $20 will put your name on a list of donors. A random picking of one of those donors will happen live right here next week. And I think that I think it's, if you do run into any questions, any comments, any ideas on how we can get this out in front of more people, please share this video. Please share it, because the more donors we get, the more help we are able to give as a group. And every one of us is so much more powerful as a group of like-minded, awesome people, which the world is actually full of. We just don't hear enough about those people. So all of you listening, you're part of those people. And let's go out there, have an awesome day, spread love and kindness and inclusion and thoughtful, careful, sensible and sensitive interaction as far and wide as you can. And don't forget, have a little fun doing it. I love you guys. All right. Doink.